Hello everyone, I am Duke James. This is not Hungary. This is Fez 3.0. We got those rebels. Should be pretty easy to take care of. Looks like our manpower is up to 30,000. Bureaucrats are up to 47%. We're losing stability points, but that should be really slow. Corruption is decreasing. Once we get rid of that plus 15 stability, I'm going to take farmland away from the nobility. I'm thinking farmland. They have 51, they have half of the farmland in our country. So if I take half of that away, I'll have 25% of the farmland in our country. So I'll go from practically zero farmland, or 1.18% to 1/4 of the farmland in the country. So that should be a boost to our income from that. What does the unrest map mode look like? Is there any unrest in these okay, it looks like there's just 0.4 unrest in Waran. So it's going to rise up in 16.6 years. Where is that province? I don't think there's any bonus for these troops being in there if I'm stamping out rebels. Suppression point 3.2, I think that should be the same. I think there is a little bit of a bonus, actually, because of this, yeah. Like 2.8 bonus? What are we doing? Okay, that's -10. Yeah, I'm gonna move the troops over here. Actually, I'll do that at the, start of the next month. Okay, they didn't rise up. It's just 2 provinces now, so them being there... didn't really do anything. Where's that other province? Okay, yeah, so they could just manage it in that province. It's still 0.4, actually. There's also these guys in Sale, which is pretty far away. I don't think I'd be able to get to that using this. What does that do? Okay, that actually got rid of it. Interesting. And this is Jabala. Okay, I thought adding provinces reduced the total unrest reduction, but maybe not. If I can just have them do the entire country and get rid of them, yeah, okay. That's weird. We won't have any rebels then. Because then those 3 are going to decrease this probably won't rise up. Maybe just this one. But even that's like 16 years. Perfect. That expires November. And all of these are decreasing except this one. Looks like we'll get out of this after all. No rebels. Damn it. That's hilarious. Literally say we'll get out of this, no rebels, and then I immediately lose a stability point. I'm like right there, so let's see, what can I do? I'm gonna give temporary tax relief. Boost back over. Because at the very least, giving temporary tax relief is pretty good, because then our people won't starve as much as they normally would. So I'm okay giving that. To the south, this guy is allied with Kaladrar and Togarit. Tunis is building a spy network. Tlemcen has claimed a province. My general is dead. Losing my advisors. Everybody's dying. Chiefs and aristocrats. Horrible. If the chiefs take over, we get manpower training cost modifier negative 10%, regiment costs negative 10%, monthly autonomy change plus 0.2. Yeah, that's horrible. I don't want to do that. Also, boats. These boats are expensive and they're increasing in cost. Alright, I'll build 3 transport ships. Because these guys are Tech 3. They have a fort level 1. So three men would do that, would be enough. They have no navy. And they have 2,000 men. So I think 3,000 should be enough. And they're not allied with anybody. Actually, I'd have to get a claim. So I should go ahead and do that. Full grain provision is done. Political anarchy has expired. Hey, now we're -7. Alright, so these guys can leave here. Because it shouldn't be necessary anymore. They can go back to drilling. Actually, I'm moving to Marrakesh in case Tlemcen attacks me. Not that they will. There's France. France got some boats. Those trade ships? Yeah. Alright, looks like everything expired from the estates. Disloyal Realm is gone. So that should help us get stability, because that added plus 50% to stability, or negative 50% to stability gain. Our corruption is below 50%. I think the autonomy is decreasing, which is nice. State-sponsored commerce is gone. Let's go ahead and give that to them. That's plus 5 burger loyalty, so that gets them up to 70%. Enforced leadership is gone. I don't know what that was. Show of devotion is gone. So that was just losing prestige and some monarch power, so I'll go ahead and do that again. Expansion of serfdom. That actually reduced my freedom by quite a bit, from 80% to 60%, so I'm not going to do that again, for only 5 noble loyalty. That was fine in my Hungary campaign because I was gaining freedom, but I'm not gaining freedom right now, so that would be pretty bad to do right now for only 5 noble loyalty. Disowned relative and noble concessions. So now that we're positive unrest, or negative unrest, I should say, I'm going to go ahead and steal, take land from the nobles. So I can take 461 units of farmland from the nobles for negative 15 noble loyalty, which isn't a whole lot. Negative 1 hierarchy, negative 20 relations. Our relations are pretty good, I believe. 23, so we're still positive. Still above 0. We do lose 1 stability, but that's not as important because of that thing being gone, and then stability increase interval plus 25%. I'm thinking it's either that. I'm not gonna, probably won't take anything from the, actually I might take commercial property from the burghers, because I didn't do it in my Hungary campaign. But I might actually do that now. I'm not gonna do it right now. Can't do anything from the clans. And then, so really commercial property from the burghers, academic property from the clergy, and farmland from the nobility. My assumption is the farmland's probably worth quite a bit of money just because the nobles make a lot of money. They do own a lot, though, so it's probably not just all from that 25% farmland, but, actually, you know what? I'm going to take academic from the, clergy. Because I could go ahead and revoke... I think revoking privileges from the nobles is better. Alright, I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to seize academic property from the clergy. So I'm going to take 63 units of academic property from them. Gives negative 15 clergy loyalty, negative 1 spirituality, negative 20 relations between spiritualists and the state, which is the same as the nobility. But instead of losing 1 stability point, it gives negative 25% progress towards stability, so we should still maintain +1. That's not why, but that's an added benefit. It's not why I'm doing it, but it is an added benefit, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then to make up for that, I'll just go ahead and... Actually, I probably should leave it at that. I think eventually I might oppose populist reform. Probably once these are gone, in case I go above... In case those come back, they have to start from 0. So I'll probably do that. I could lavishly endow the church. I don't want to lose 15% of my tax income, though. And then with the nobility, I'm going to revoke a privilege. I'm going to demote greater nobility. So what this does is they have this stratified aristocracy 2. So that gives plus 50% noble power shift speed, plus 50% noble loyalty shift speed, plus 5% noble gravity. So getting rid of this will give It either gives negative 25% noble power shift speed, or it drops it to negative 25%. I think it drops it to negative 25%. Negative 25% noble power shift speed, negative 25% noble loyalty shift speed, negative 10% noble gravity, plus 5% aristocratic influence. So they gain a little bit of influence, but they get negative 10% noble gravity. So they go from plus 5% noble gravity to negative 10% noble gravity. In addition to the other things, it gives plus 10 bureaucracy corruption, negative 50 relations between the aristocrats and the state, and negative 50 noble loyalty. So it's gonna hurt my relations with the nobility. So I'll go ahead and yield concessions to ancient liberties to gain back 10, and disown an unpopular relative. So I'm gonna lose legitimacy, but that's plus another 7.5, and then I'm going to arrange a strategic marriage, so they gain 5 influence. We get some dip rep, chance of a new heir, plus 15 relations between the aristocrats and the state, a little bit of progress towards stability, 7.5 noble loyalty. They gain 0.125 power for the next 5 years, so less than 1% power. So I get them back to 60%. It could hold grand celebrations and overlook tenant abuse, but I think I'm going to hold on to these ducats because I think that's better spent investing it compared to getting 5 noble loyalty, and I don't want to lose more peasant freedom, and the other ones are out of the question, so that's what I'm going to do. I think next I'll probably take commercial property from the burghers, because they have a lot. Let's dump that guy, see if we can get a new one. I think it's actually best to kick out the lowest guys, the level 1s, and then upgrade them, because you actually pay less money to kick them out. Yeah, aristocrats. Alright, let's get rid of those 2 guys, see what we get. Hopefully it's someone not one of those 2. I'm gonna have these guys go back to drilling. Alright, spiritualist, I'll take it. I don't think Fossey is an accepted culture. We actually lost a promoted culture. Yeah, that is not a promoted culture. Whoops, I meant to kick him out, but alright. Whatever. I'll just roll with that guy. Alright, those are all ticking down. Tlemcen insulted us. Whatever. Let's go ahead and recall that guy. We're making 5 ducats. That's not including the academic property that we just seized, because that doesn't update until the next tick. We're going to get a lot of corruption for the next year, I think, because of that plus 10. So yeah, that adds a lot of corruption, but I think in the long term it's better to get rid of a couple of those nobility ones, those nobility privileges, as soon as possible. Move those ships down there. The spy network is going. I think I'm not going to focus on, in terms of the nobility ones of these obligations, I'm not going to focus on those. I'm going to focus on their privileges first, because I think the privileges, getting rid of some of those privileges will make getting rid of these easier. The clergy don't really have privileges just related to manpower and taxes, so I'll focus on clergy obligations. Whoops. Actually, I think the clergy are pretty easy to revoke stuff from because you can go ahead and just give them these privileges. So I actually might do that. The problem is they give -3 base spirituality, which is a lot. This one is -25% clergy gravity, -3 base spirituality, -25% autonomy from clergy, and this one is related to taxes. They're furious with both of them. I'm going to go ahead and just do this one. -20% clergy gravity, -25% autonomy from clergy. I don't think the clergy have much autonomy, but I'm going to get rid of that. That costs 250 admin. -60 clergy loyalty, -5 spirituality, lose 1 stability, plus 50% stability increase interval, -60 relations between the spiritualists and the state. Just accept it. Alright, so then I would go ahead and do that one. Interestingly, revoking these privileges, I think this is an oversight by the mod team. You can revoke or add them at will. So essentially, I could grant them another... I'll go ahead and grant them a service exemption. So I've already given them those supports. So I can't give them those supports for like another 10 years. But what I could do is give them those privileges, and then once I can give them these supports back, I can go ahead and revoke those privileges and then give them supports. So it's essentially like you're pocketing and producing these privileges to use in the interim between giving them supports. So I revoked that obligation from them, gave them a couple privileges. When I can give them stuff back, then I'll revoke those privileges. Although I think it got rid of the ability for me to give them money, so they might actually get rid of some stuff. But I think that's fine. Because I was able to remove that thing, that obligation from them. And then once those come back, I'll give it to them. I'll give them the supports and then take back the privileges. I'm not doing pretty good on admin points. I mean, it doesn't help when I only have +1 advisors, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take I lose 25 stability points. And I can't abdicate because my legitimacy has to be 50. So I can't get half-price advisors until this guy dies. He's drilling my armies, so hopefully he dies soon. But we are now making 54 ducats from property. The grain dole is not out, but I have reduced taxes, so I'm losing money to reducing taxes. So I could make even more once that expires. And then corruption is unfortunately slowly increasing, but autonomy should decrease now, especially since I've revoked the thing from clergy, so that'll help. That'll help in regards to the clergy, and autonomy in general is decreasing as well. Our spirituality is in the gutter, though, negative 6.55. I'm not sure if it says where base of that is, because I don't know if that's negative 6.55 base, or if I could increase that. I assume I can, because I think I've only done one thing that was base negative 3, but I don't know if I had anything to start with. But I'm going to end this part here. I'm going to get that spy network on the Canaries, and I think that'll be my first target to conquer. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.